afternoon and welcome to our coverage of the 2021 Seton Hill University men's lacrosse season on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Today we bring to you one of the most anticipated matchups each and every year between the homestanding Griffins and the visiting Mercyhurst University Lakers. Sean Myers joined by Chris Smith here at Dick's Sporting Goods Field on the campus of Seton Hill. And Chris, we talk about Seton Hill and Mercyhurst. It's always a big-time showdown. That's because these teams usually are atop the GMAC, I should say. They're always battling for supremacy. And this season, it's very similar to previous years. They're both off to terrific starts, undefeated. Seton Hill 3-0, including 1-0 in the GMAC. And Mercyhurst 2-0, playing for the first time in conference action here today.
Sean, you nailed it right on the head. These two are very familiar with one another. I always think to myself, if Coach Novotny and the Griffins and the entire Alumni Association around the men's lacrosse team could win one game in one season, it would be against the Lakers. So here we are today as I was arriving onto campus. Beautiful day here atop Seton Hill University. It brought back the memories from the good old days when I used to work here at Seton Hill University. There's campers, there's some pregame festivities, we'll call it. A number of alumni waving their banners and flags. It's quite the atmosphere here today. And you guaranteed the energy as I was walking over to the press box here this afternoon is very high. Looking very forward to working along with you, I believe, for our first time ever, Sean, right?
It might be, yes, I think so.
So our inaugural time working here together. I was watching the NCAA Division I wrestling tournament earlier, so I went from one intense view party to another intense view party, but I get the pleasure of calling some color commentary with you today.
Absolutely, looking forward to it. It should be a great showdown. I mentioned the GMAC. That's the Great Midwest Athletic Conference. That is the conference that hosts Seton Hill and Mercyhurst because the PSAC does not sponsor men's lacrosse. They have crowned 3 GMAC men's lacrosse champions. In 17 and 18, it was Seton Hill. In 2019, it was Mercyhurst. Obviously, there was not a champion crowned last year, so these teams are always battling for supremacy. It's a good matchup each and every year. So far, Seton Hill holds a 7-4 lead in the matchup. The last time they met, however, you have to go back to 2019 because these teams did not match up last year. In 2019, it was in the championship that Mercyhurst claimed a 14-10 victory over the Griffins. They redeemed a loss earlier in the season as Seton Hill won the regular season matchup 13-11. The 2 prior years, it was Seton Hill who claimed championships at the expense of Mercyhurst, winning in 2018 12-5 in the championship and 15-10 the year prior. Seton Hill also won the regular season matchup in 2018. It was Mercyhurst who prevailed in the regular season in 2017. We'll now turn it over for the introduction of today's starting lineups, beginning with the visiting Mercyhurst Lakers.
At attack for the Lakers, senior number 19, Devin Piper. At attack, senior number 25, Caleb Truber. Long stick midfielder, senior number 1, Hayden Bates. Face-off, sophomore number 24, Sean Duran. Midfielder, senior number 11, Nicholas Bartone. Midfielder, sophomore 37, Bryce Johnson. On defense, senior number 20, Michael Rossi. On defense, senior number 22, Tommy Angelicola. And on defense, senior number 50, Liam Bozaban. And in goal for the Lakers, grad student number 42, Cole Pelicano. Starting lineups for the Griffins. In his 15th season, head coach Brian Novotny, with assistant coaches Chris Isles and Mark Peathead. At attack, grad student 31, Ryan Manbeck. At attack, grad student 34, Logan Maloney. And at attack, senior number 45, Robert Hofstedt. At midfield, junior number 20, Blake Tokyo. Midfielder, junior number 26, Logan Gray. Long stick midfielder, number 33, Colin Torpy. On defense, senior number 6, Kristen Kraut. On defense, senior number 42, Redden Shell. Defense, senior number 55, Andrew Clark. And in goal for the Griffins, number 48, senior Kevin Noe.
Starting lineup set. We're ready to get this one underway. You heard the starting unit for the Griffins and the Lakers. We'll run through some of the key players throughout, but the starting goal, and with Seton Hill, it is Kevin Moe, as he has enjoyed a terrific senior campaign to this juncture. 3-0 with a 470 goals against. That is a terrific mark in lacrosse, as is his 704 save percentage. On the other side, between the pipes, is Cole Pelicano. He's 2-0, 400 goals against, and a 759 save percentage. So two terrific netminders who will be potentially tested early and often. There is a ton of energy right now on the sidelines here at Dick's Sporting Goods Field as the Griffins, wearing the white jerseys, have the possession.
Quite an introduction there for Mr. Moe, the Griffins goalie, Sean. I can tell that a lot of energy around him down there in as he guards his cage, as his offensive attack team is trying to entertain the Mercyhurst Lakers end of the field.
Yeah, he had gotten experience over the last couple of years, sort of splitting time with Eisenman, as that shot absolutely ripped but missed the mark. Moe has come into his own this year on what is expected to be a very, very good Griffins campaign. So far, they have lived up to it. Mercyhurst, equally impressive so far. These teams have not only won their matches, Chris, they have, quite frankly, overwhelmed their opponents.
Absolutely. We'll get to that here in just a little bit. You saw Thomas Hanulek miss wide left there. Griffin's first offensive shot on goal.
Manbeck unable to find the mark there as well. Seton Hill has outscored its opponents 79-17. Mercyhurst 37-9.
I think you could say offensive powerhouses. How about it, Sean?
I would say that's correct. Sustained possession here for the Griffins, but now it'll be Mercyhurst who will get possession.
Great defense there by Cole Pelicano, number 42 for the Lakers, impeding the progress of that Griffin would-be shooter.
Pelicano looked like he got a piece of that one on the save. 4 quarters for the men, 15 minutes for each stanza. We had the women's broadcast earlier where they played 2 30-minute halves. There's a little bit of bumping, but Hanulak stays in possession for Seton Hill. Back Estabrooks, nice move as he spins away. Low shot and a good save. There was Robert Hofseth on that attempt. He is a prolific goal scorer. He has 12 so far through 3 games. You can do the average. That's 4 goals per contest for him.
So Hofseth trying to go 5-hole, and Pelicano had the answer. Mercyhurst gets the ball down into the Griffins' end for the first time, Sean.
Yeah, the Lakers certainly have the ability to score as well. Caleb Kieber leading the way. He has 10 goals and 16 points for Mercyhurst. It's hard to compare the offensive and defensive numbers for these teams because it is such a small sample size, and because Mercyhurst is yet to play in the GMAC. This is their first matchup in conference play. Seton Hill, as we mentioned, claimed a victory, and it was about as lopsided as it gets against Davis and Elkins, 34-4 to open their conference slate. That was the most recent outing as a shot, big collision. That one misses wide, and a bone-crunching hit as...
Is that Profio?
Yeah, I think he was in on that hit. It was Nicholas Mabe who was absolutely smashed.
And you can hear the crunch.
However, Mercyhurst gets some redemption to finish in front as the aforementioned Kieber gets his 11th of the season. Well, that's the one player Seton Hill probably will have to try to limit for Mercyhurst.
Sean, what a great response by the Lakers. You know, after that bone-crushing hit by the Griffins, you turn right around and you blow one by Moe to go up 1-0 here at Dick's Sporting Goods Field.
Kieber, the senior attacker from Victoria, British Columbia, stakes his team to an early lead. Mentioned he has now 11 goals. He also led the team in both shots attempted and on goal this season, as the Lakers have possession once again, trying to add to this early advantage.
Logan Gray found guilty at the face-off. Lakers possession.
Mercyhurst coming in off of a victory 19-4 at Roberts Wesleyan College. Not to be confused with Oral Roberts, which is in the news recently, courtesy of the upset victory in the NCAA basketball tournament.
I think I might have heard a little something about that.
You and Dustin Beck both. He's manning our camera today. As a loose ball and the Griffins secure it. Now they look for a long outlet. The pass just a little out of the reach of the intended target. Jacob Took could not secure that one. So Mercyhurst again in the attacking zone. Devin Pfeiffer spinning away initially.
I think one of the keys to this one for the Griffins, Sean, it's going to be discipline. Being where you're supposed to be and being accountable. And actually, it's going to be that way for both teams. Whoever displays the most discipline could find themselves on the winning end of today's contest.
Flag goes flying against the Griffins. These teams have a lot of familiarity, although they did not play against one another last year. We should mention, obviously, as a result of the COVID abbreviated season, as Mo able to scoop this one up, and that will halt play with the flag on the field. It's a slashing called against the Griffins. That'll give a man-up opportunity for the Lakers. 1 minute penalty. Mentioned Seton Hill preseason number 2, Mercyhurst, the preseason favorite in the GMAC. So a golden opportunity for Mercyhurst to extend this early advantage.
First man up opportunity of the afternoon, and let's see how Coach Novotny and the Griffins D respond here.
Just a cycle constantly behind the net, and now some motion for Mercyhurst, and a quick goal as Nathan Grennan gets his 5th of the season. Great start for the Lakers here on the road.
Yeah, went lower left side on Mo, did Drennan, and 2-0 for the Lakers. So a little bit of a momentum swing, even though they're playing at Dick's Sporting Goods Field, home of the Griffins. I think that the Lakers have certainly captured the early momentum of the actual game. Let's see how the Griffins respond here on the face-off. Might have to go tick for tack in this one. You don't want to allow the Lakers to get out to too large of a lead, Sean.
And this is a Seton Hill team that is not used to surrendering goals this season. We mentioned they've been tight defensively, yielding just 17 through the first 3 contests. But it's Mercyhurst that again gets possession. And that's, and a nice move there is one of the Lakers is able to dish across, and Keeber gets his 2nd in short order. Right now, Seton Hill looks completely on its heels.
Yeah, you saw Colin Torpy right here. He loses his footing, number 33. You'll see it right here. It just allows the would-be scorer dished it off, and there it is, 3-0 Lakers.
Now we mentioned Keeber has a penchant for finishing, and he has shown that golden touch. As Seton Hill will make a substitution. Griffins get Caleb Voorhees on the field, but right now the first thing is they just need to get possession.
Yeah.
Penalty also called on the Griffins.
Sean Doran has been terrific on the face-off, and now a timeout, as it appears as though Brian Novotny in year number 15 wants to talk things over and maybe settle his team down. One thing you had mentioned before we went on the air, Chris, is that this is really the first stiff competition either one of these teams has faced, and that's not to diminish their opponents previously. It's just the reality that it has been pretty lopsided from start to finish for both Mercyhurst and Seton Hill. So far, it's looking a little lopsided in favor of the Lakers today, although we've only played a little more than 5 minutes.
It is, Sean, and if you can put your trust in anybody, it's head coach Brian Novotny, as you mentioned earlier, in his 15th season. These guys are trained, they're primed, they're ready to go. They may have came out here a little bit too anxious, and he just needs to slow them down a little bit, get back to the basics. basics of the lacrosse game, and I think they'll be just fine here. See both teams, offense and defense, taking a little time with their respective coaches.
Coach Novotny has a good chance to get to 150 career wins this season. He's sitting at 143 right now, 143 and 78. Chris Ryan on the other side, his career 231 and 59. So as good as Novotny's record is, Coach Ryan even better guiding the Lakers through 21 campaigns. And there's no surprise that when you have a successful and long tenured coach, it generally means your team's going to be in a good spot each and every year.
Sure. Who'd think it, though, you'd have two teams that are basically separated by Route 79, two Catholic institutions, about 2.5 hours apart, getting after it here on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. 3-0, the Lakers up, and it's a good time for the Griffins to win possession here, Sean.
And that's what the Griffins are able to do, courtesy of Logan Gray, and that was much needed as he now makes a nice move. Seton Hill with Hofseth.
One of those senior leaders.
Yeah, this is a team that returned the vast majority of contributors from a year ago. I believe they had 4 players who could have moved on, but used that extra year that was granted in terms of their eligibility to come back. As a shot, good opportunity from Maloney, but he can't find the mark. Maloney, we talked about Coach Novotny closing on a milestone. Maloney, nearing 100 career assists, might have a chance to get there if things go well today.
Surpassed Seton Hill Griffin great Jimmy Delaney, now coaching the women's out at U-Indy. Previously had that mark. Maloney, a product out of Peters Township High School.
Yeah, that's a school that produces some quality lacrosse, whether it be on the boys or girls side. As the Seton Hill women's team has a couple of former Indians products. Good save by Mo, much needed, as the Griffins netminder comes up big.
You said it right there. He needed that. He needed to get that confidence back, and I think you're going to see maybe a little bit of a momentum swing as they dish it back to Mo.
Did you say a momentum swing?
There you go. No pun intended. As Mo sends it over to the football practice field.
There is a significant turnout here today, as you could see. I would suspect some of those are also the women's players for the Griffins taking in this action after they scored a victory earlier today against Slippery Rock in PSAC action.
Saw a lot of different license plates out there, so they came from near and far here today, Sean.
Well, it's 3-0 in favor of Mercyhurst as we
have a Laker that lost his lid and is taking a seat.
And that'll prompt a whistle.
I believe he has to come off the field if he took his helmet off, correct?
That's Mabe.
Looks like the training staff came out to check him out. I don't know who rung his bell.
Well, we have seen some big hits already. There's certainly hope that Nicholas Mabe is okay, the junior, out of Webster, New York.
Looks to be okay, checking that nose for a little bit of spillage.
Now the Griffins, they had some early opportunities on the first possession. Since then it's been all Mercyhurst, and the Griffins a little off on another pass, but they still maintain possession. Now into the attacking zone. Here comes a flag high into the air. It might be offsides upcoming against Mercyhurst, it appears. As I believe it was Coach Novotny yelling to the official there was too many. And the official seemingly agreed.
Good opportunity for the Griffins right here to strike. They need to get themselves on the board. There's another flag that goes up.
Seton Hill still has it, and now the Lakers take it away, and that will stop play. So an opportunity here with Seton Hill seemingly headed man up to try to trim into this 3-0 deficit.
That's where Hoffus and Maloney need to get on the same page and strike now. 6:50 remaining in the first period. 3-0, the Lakers.
2 30-second
penalties
penalties.
on the Lakers. 2 men both offside. Seton Hill will be 2 men up.
So it is a 2-man up scenario. The equivalent of a 5-on-3 if you're a hockey fan.
There you go.
Now there's not as much open room out there, but something that Seton Hill definitely will have to capitalize on.
Absolutely. Especially down 3-0.
And the Griffins
there
do.
It is.
They get it in front, and the finish puts the Griffins on the board. And you'd mentioned Robert Hofseth needs to come through. Well, goal number 13 for him on the campaign.
Nice little give and go, and Hofseth puts the Griffins on the board, making 3-1. Fire up the tunes. Gets that crowd alive across the way here at Dick's Sporting Goods Field.
6:37 remaining in the first. Man goal, Griffins. 45, Hofseth.
That's what they needed to do. You know, being down 2 men, get the ball moving around, get them moving, catch somebody not where they're supposed to be.
Maloney with his 97th career assist on the tally.
We might see 100 yet today, Sean.
I think that would suit the Griffins just fine if that happens, as Seton Hill.
Speak of the devil.
Feels like they have a little bit of momentum right now. Still down by a pair, but coming off of that goal, they now get possession. And lacrosse, on the men's side in particular, it just is a sport where once you get momentum, if you keep winning those draws, man, you could just tack on goal after goal, and the other team really doesn't even have that much of a chance, potentially.
Yep, it's smelling blood in the water, and I think that's what the Griffins have right now.
There goes the cross out of Hanulak's hand.
Nice pickup by Garrity Harper there to keep possession with the Griffins.
30 remaining on the shot clock for Seton Hill. Hofseth dishes off.
He was thinking about pulling the trigger. Nice job there by number 20 of the Lakers, Michael Rossi.
And the ball knocked free as Bartone does a nice job to take it away, but maybe a little too aggressively.
Could always use a little bit of help from the officials. Shot attempt there. One of the Lakers caught the stick and the shot never actually took off.
It is a relatively fresh shot clock, though, as that one skips wide. Estabrooks on the attempt, the senior. Not in the starting lineup, but he plays starters minutes. There you see.
Just lost the handle on the whole stick.
Hanulak.
Nice job by Manbeck.
Griffins get it to the X, and now a rip shot. That finds the mark. Well, he lost his stick before, but it was squarely in the hands of Hanulak that time on the goal.
Ryan Richlands, Hanulak makes it a 1-point game. Nice job moving the ball by the Griffins. Kind of overwhelmed the Mercyhurst defense. Double deuce. Punches one in.
Maloney gets another assist.
So that's 98, right?
That is correct.
All right.
So 2 consecutive for Seton Hill. Mercyhurst still has the lead. And the all-important face-off, it is won by the Lakers. As both teams make some changes. Mercyhurst and Seton Hill each have an extra man goal. The Griffins actually came 2 men up. Might be able to hear some chants of defense on our crowd mic right now.
Kevin Moe on the last possession by the Lakers down on his end with an excellent stop. And I think, as we talked about, that was the momentum that led to 2 goals there for the Griffins. He's going to need another one.
Some strong defense here by Seton Hill. Inside, Moe makes the save. Ball is loose, and now he scoops it up. It was Grennan, who already has a goal under his belt, who got that shot.
Is that a holding?
So it'll stay with the Lakers.
Penalty on the Griffins, 30 seconds.
Colin Torpy guilty of that hold.
Lakers will be
senior out of Cannon McMillan High School.
Former Big Mac.
Washington County knows how to produce some quality lacrosse talent.
Seen a lot of quick ball movement for Mercyhurst. Man up, everything around the perimeter so far. And now a shot and another goal. It's Grennan once again. He has a pair. Keeber has a pair. They've accounted for all 4 of the Mercyhurst tallies.
Senior out of Ontario. The Griffins were doing a great job keeping the ball out around the perimeter. Grennan found himself a little hole, went to the right side. Your left on the screen of Moe puts the Lakers up 4-2. 3:21 remaining.
That's a big response from Mercyhurst. As some of the Lakers faithful pretty happy there. So the extra man tally with Bryce Johnson getting the helper makes it 4-2. Mercyhurst will get it right back. A little more than 3 minutes left in the opening quarter of play. Brennan Keeber to open the scoring for Mercyhurst. Hosseth and Hanulak responded for Seton Hill, and Grennan with the most recent marker.
McMullen enters the game, takes the ball, dishes off. Here go the Lakers out around the perimeter again, Sean.
Yeah, they have been able to capitalize on their opportunities once they get it inside. Manco out there for Mercyhurst right now. Looks like the ball's stuck behind the net, and that allows Moe to come out and scoop it up. And he quickly advances it to Profio. Griffins had a player cutting, but could not get it to Lane Harridge. Still plenty of time on the shot clock, as you see in the background, 52 seconds on it.
Griffins need to respond here.
That was not a good pass.
Not a way to respond right there.
Leads to an unforced error and a turnover.
Sforzo tried to chase that one out of bounds. Lakers ball.
2 teams, the top 5 rankings currently. In tight, another goal. It's Gavin Farrell who gets his 2nd of the season.
He went 5-hole on Moe. Moe couldn't get the stick down in time. Nice job by the Lakers. Capitalize on that turnover by the Griffins to go up 5-2. Is that another timeout called by Coach Brian Novotny?
So a timeout on the field. What a response by Mercyhurst with back-to-back goals. Farrell in tight on that most recent one, unassisted.
So momentum definitely with the Lakers right now. Sean, Coach Novotny took that time out earlier, and it paid off because they were able to come out and respond. You had the big stop by Moe. Griffins took it down to the other end. We're able to put 2 up on the board. See if they can capitalize on this timeout and take advantage. It's the same kind of outcome. Put up a couple more.
Split screen shows you the huddle for the Griffins with Coach Novotny in there. He was the head coach at the high school level before taking over at Seton Hill, Mount Lebanon, and Franklin Regional. Also was an assistant at Franklin Regional. He played collegiately at the University of Pittsburgh.
You know, one of the things that Coach Novotny has done since he's come here, Sean, is he's created a culture of not just winning, but bringing in, 17, 18, 19-year-old young men, teaching them how to work together. It's about family, but he also prepares them for the next step in their life, and that's to go out and hit the real world. And that's one of the reasons why I really enjoyed hanging out around the men's lacrosse team, because of that culture. And, he recruited the right types of kids. They were able to come in here, work, they were coachable, and they believed in the family aspect. Get a good look at some of the fans over there. The Griffin hopeful.
Sean Myers joined by Chris Smith here on the call on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Still first quarter action, 1:36 remaining to be exact. A 3-goal lead for Mercyhurst over Seton Hill.
First off for the Lakers, 24, Duran. For the Griffins, 26, Gray.
Well, you mentioned recruiting the right players. Both these teams have recruited a lot of players. It is a massive roster for the Griffins and for the Lakers, and I think that that's probably a result of their success and also a key factor in their success simultaneously.
I always thought it was hard to call wrestling matches with how many kids. Then I saw these roster sheets, and I said, this is going to be really challenging.
A good opportunity after the face-off as Doran came all the way on the attack, but was unable to finish.
Wide right of the cage.
Mention how good Mo's been this season. He made the one big save. I think the Griffins need him to maybe help them out a little bit as they try to find their rhythm in this first quarter.
Defense will need to step up as well. Can't give the Lakers that free lane. If they're going to score, you got to truly make them earn it as they're starting to work the perimeter again.
Seton Hill has allowed less than 6 goals per game so far this season. They are in jeopardy of giving up 6 in the first quarter. Lakers working the outside. Now get it inside. There's the ball at Mo. Mo's able to keep it out a couple of times. Devin Pfeiffer had 2 good looks potentially, and I think everyone lost sight of the ball at least momentarily there, but Mo kept it out. Mo is a big body in net. Takes away a lot of shooting angles for the opponents.
6'4", 315-pound senior out of Perkiomen Valley.
Wonder if Coach Dave's ever tried to recruit him to play a little bit of football.
I was just thinking the same thing, Sean.
I saw some of the Seton Hill football players.
A number of them, yes.
Today. That shot absolutely whipped, but just missed for Hofseth. A release like that's a good reason why he has been so prolific throughout his career here on the Hill. Ball loose, battle for possession. The Lakers have it, and a couple players go down away from the play.
That might be why football players enjoy coming watching some lacrosse, because it can get physical out there.
There's the Griffins as they've seen 1 quarter complete. So far it's Mercyhurst in front 5-2 over Seton Hill. We'll head to the second quarter as we continue our coverage here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
When I first came back, one of the first things that blew me away was our facilities. How the fields have grown up in that whole complex down the hill. Our weight room now, how that has been remodeled and changed and overhauled.
Our baseball field is, in my opinion, one of the best in the nation, Division II wise. And just having Sullivan Gym open for us all the time with the nets in there whenever we wanted to get work in, which is possibly why I got to where I am, because all the extra work that I did put in.
I think our facilities are one of the best across the P-Stacks, and that's definitely a huge recruiting tool as we are able to draw the athletes for the academics in addition to the great things they can get on the athletic side of it.
I don't think I would be able to thrive in a big school. I think I like that the professors know my name. I like that when I'm walking down the hall, I can say hi to someone and I actually know them.
Good start for visiting Mercyhurst as the Lakers holding a 5-2 lead over Seton Hill through the first 15. We move to quarter number 2. Sean Myers, Chris Smith here on the call. Dan Flickinger, the producer extraordinaire. Cameraman Dustin Beck for this one.
Flick and Duddy. Got to give a shout out to a couple of alumni. My man Sean Stanners also served as my intern for a couple of semesters, checking in from out in Ohio. And Travis Harrington, a former grad assistant for the Lakers, a dear friend of mine, checking in. Hope both of you are doing well. And let's see if the Griffins can get it turned around here in the second quarter. Griffins working left to right here in the second quarter.
Face off to start the second quarter for the Lakers.
Switch sides. Griffins wearing the white jerseys, Mercyhurst in the green.
Here we go, Mike!
Chris, you've been around Seton Hill much longer than I have, but I would think, for the number of sports that I've called, that Mercyhurst is somewhat of a rival, I would say, for the Griffins.
Absolutely. You know, no matter what sport it is, from wrestling and football, but I think probably none other than men's lacrosse and baseball.
I was thinking baseball.
The pinnacle.
Yep, you think baseball for sure.
Yeah, I know that Coach Marizaldi and the baseball team, it's always a war on the diamond as it is here on the lacrosse field. 5-2. There is a flag laying out there, delayed penalty. I'm not sure what it is.
McGarity Harper for Seton Hill, dishes down low.
That's such a cool name, McGarity Harper.
Swing, and that one wide. Yeah, it's not a boring name like Chris Smith.
Yeah. I knew there was going to be some dry humor coming soon.
30-second foul against Mercyhurst. Well, Seton Hill, it's still early in this one, but I think the Griffins want to make sure that the deficit doesn't get any larger than what it already is at 3 goals.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. You got to go tick for tack, and you got to start chipping away at it. As I like to say, chop wood. Try to pick away at it. 5-2 as we approach the 14-minute mark of quarter number 2. Griffins moving it around the perimeter. Sean, go ahead.
Now, both these teams have looked pretty dangerous man up. Seton Hill's goal coming 2 men up. That's a good save by Pelicano, who hasn't really been tested all that much. He was early in the contest, but his team in front of him doing a fine job for most of that opening quarter.
That's what it's going to take, Sean. They're going to have to really start testing him.
That cross went flying as the Griffins will gladly take possession off of it.
Definitely no shortage of physicality out there today. It's returned by the Lakers.
Yep. Profio tried to get inside, and he had it stripped away from him.
Maloney going to let it roll out.
A lot of Griffins
getting a little colorful down there on the field, ladies and gentlemen. But relax, they're having fun.
Seton Hill calls upon Ryan Manbeck.
Ryan, a grad student out of Garnet Valley, Thornton, PA.
Up top.
I was still here whenever he was brought in as a freshman. Coach Novotny, very high words as that young man coming in.
Nice spin move by Maloney, who's distributed.
Great footwork, huh, Sean?
Certainly, that's a key aspect. Is that shot relatively easy save. Peyton Gensler got it on that Pelicano there in perfect position. Sam Latour now out for Seton Hill. Well, that shot maybe deflected as it went soaring above the goal. You can see the intensity, even players just checking in and out of this contest right now.
Absolutely. It's like watching NASCAR coming in and out of the pit. You just never know what's going to happen. They come in, they take the ball, they're colliding with one another. This is a huge defensive stand, but it needs to be a huge defensive stand here for the Griffins.
There's not a lot of protective equipment on these players.
There's not.
Obviously, they have the helmets for good reason, and they have the gloves.
A little bit of a chest protector. I was always amazed at the goalies that wear absolutely nothing. You imagine that ball hitting you in the shin?
As that one goes, and now it comes right at a fan, and they know what that feels like to get hit now as a flag goes flying.
It's a rather large dog over there. You see that thing? What is that? That's like a small bear.
The big dog enjoying this one.
1 minute per cross check.
Is that Mr. Isles?
In the second, Lakers will be man up.
No. Lucky fan almost took home a souvenir in the gut. Got to have your head on a swivel on the cross field.
Speaking of Mr. Isles, Chris Isles, the 7th-year assistant for Seton Hill. He played for the Griffins.
One of the greatest goalies to ever play.
By way of Vestal, New York.
Joined by another assistant out of New York, Mark Pichet. Also a Griffin.
Yeah, 2015 grad.
Great young man, great family. Like I said, they're a very big family here, and that's the type of players and family. And great job by Mo. Go ahead, Sean.
Yeah, that was from in tight, and there you see, going this way for Seton Hill. A golden opportunity for Mercyhurst, but the Griffins hold the fort.
Big stand right there. They got to capitalize, take the momentum. Get it behind that Laker netminder.
Christian Couch with a nice spin move. Ball is loose. And the Griffins get it.
Looked like a game of polo out there, but the Griffins came out with it.
Flag comes out as well as a couple of players hit the deck. And we'll have another stoppage in play with, I believe, a timeout taken.
Bodies are flying, Sean.
Yep.
And, I think this is one of those contests when you come in as an official. I'm sure that they knew the hype. They know the rivalry. They know the background. Do you let them get away with a little bit more of that physical stuff?
Well, what every coach and I think what every player wants is just if you do it one way, do it the other way. Or if you do it in the first 10 minutes, do it in the final couple of minutes.
Yeah,
consistency.
Fair game. Right. Shout out to Phil DeSena checking in.
There's a pushing penalty that will be enforced when we return to action.
Is that on the Griffins or the Lakers, Sean?
It was on Seton Hill?
On Seton Hill. On the Lakers, okay.
Yep, Mercyhurst. Okay, Seton Hill has utilized its second timeout.
Shout out to Patrick Hanulik for helping us out up here in the press box.
We certainly need it, no doubt, with all this action going
on the Lakers. 30-second technical for a push.
Well, we've yet to have a goal so far in the second period, and we've played nearly 5 minutes of it. Mentioned a good rivalry between this team. Seton Hill leading it all time 7-4. First meeting since 2019. Alderson brought us at Walsh the other GMAC conference matchup today. Lake Erie also in action at Wilmington University.
Griffin's working the perimeter.
Oh, what a shot, and the goal by Hofseth. How about that?
Da-da-da, da-da-da, over the back.
We're going to see that one once or twice more, I would think.
I hope so, because that was a thing of beauty.
Watch number 45 breaking in.
Still by number 45, Robert Hofseth. And on the assist, 34, Logan Maloney.
And Maloney gets the helper, too.
Pelicano's a great goalie, but I don't even know if the greatest could have stopped that one. That was something to see.
So Maloney now with 99 career helpers, and while he gets credit for the assist, I think sometimes it's the distributor who makes the play, sometimes it's the finisher. That time it was certainly the finisher with Hofseth with that spectacular goal, and now the Griffins have possession of it.
Lakers had it early, and Griffin's getting a little bit stingy with the ball as they're getting a little bit chippy out here on Dick's Sporting Goods Field.
That physicality right in front of us.
Estabrooks looking for the net.
Yeah, he came in, but just a little high on the shot.
5-3. Starting to feel that momentum come back to the.
And it feels like almost every time the team that scores then gets possession right back. And so things compound in that way. We'll see if the Griffins can cap it off with a goal to pull them within one.
Come on!
Probing behind is Estabrooks. Still plenty of time for Seton Hill. 20 seconds on the shot clock. And that one maybe stripped from behind. And it's the Lakers who will get it. So a good stand there by Mercyhurst.
Griffin's trying a little bit of a full field press there, if you will, if I can steal a term from basketball. From the Lakers across midfield now.
Zach Lorenz carrying the mail for the visitors. He's by way of...
And he's going to lose the biscuit.
Yeah, now he has a couple of players trying to scoop it up, but he actually gets help courtesy of a teammate as a whistle. And that'll give it to Seton Hill.
Lakers guilty of holding. Didn't catch a number.
That one just came right out of the cross of Lorenz.
Just slipped out. And, hey, good thing for the Griffins. Down 5-3. Get the ball back. Will that be a man advantage? No, just possession. We got a zebra convention over here on the Griffin side of the field.
Looking down, I believe that's Coach Ryan. He is dressed for the occasion, huh?
I'll tell you that. We got a wedding after? Got the Joe Paterno look.
Yeah.
Always rocking a tie.
But he has the tennis shoes, which is very much in style type thing to go with the... You can hear him screaming right now. He's had terrific success, as we mentioned, 20-plus years guiding a program. And at that point, I would think he could probably wear pretty much whatever he wants, and it's clearly working for him.
Indeed.
Seton Hill with the only goal so far halfway through this second quarter.
And it was a beautiful goal over the back, behind the back, however you want to state it, by Hofseth.
His second marker of this one. 4 of the goals out of the 8, so 50% of the offense has come on the man-up scenarios. And you talked about discipline early on. I think that kind of speaks to the significance of it.
Lakers working the perimeter, trying to find that seam.
Timothy McMullen out there for the visitors. It's Bryce Johnson spinning out of a check.
Nice job by Clark.
Down to 9 on the shot clock. Mercyhurst's going to have a hard time getting a quality opportunity here, and they won't.
Nice job right there. Great discipline. We've talked about it a couple times here, Sean, and that's exactly what Coach Novotny and the Griffins need. The Griffins looking to bring it over to the Lakers side. There's Andrew Clark.
Good job coming back to receive that pass by Hofseth. Hanulak dishes down low. 6 minutes remaining in the first half. A 2-goal lead for the Lakers. Manbeck.
Turned and fired wide right. Shots on goal, that's what it's about. You know, I always say that with hockey. You just got to put it out there. Put it on the goal and see what happens.
Yeah, to your point, Seton Hill this season, 188 shots, 122 of them have gone on goal. That's about 65%. Mercyhurst has been even better, 85 shots, 66 have gone on goal. That's nearly 78%.
So pretty good percentages.
Again, coming in, these teams have just quite frankly overwhelmed their opponents for the most part. The ball's loose.
Griffins won a trip out there, and they make no flag. Lakers ball the other way, excuse me.
Seton Hill's Torpy checks in. Maloney gained possession, and then a whistle stops play. Well, we've seen Seton Hill go pretty deep into its roster, and with such an expansive roster, opportunities for some of these players to get very meaningful minutes here.
Everybody's important in today's game. The intensity's up, and I think along with that intensity, it's going to challenge conditioning, Sean. So some guys are going to need some breaks to come off, catch their oxygen, get a little bit of a water break. So some of the underclassmen, guys that don't see.
Oh, that one hit the post, but stays out. And our Dan Flickinger had a great preview with Coach Novotny, and you can check that out on our website, westmorelandsports.com. It's also up on YouTube, as there is a player limping for Seton Hill behind the play. But Coach Novotny said, hey, we're playing fewer games this season, and that's kind of the case with everyone. So I think if you want to get your younger players experience, you might have to use them in these meaningful conference games, maybe a little bit more than years past when you had a more expansive non-conference slate.
Agreed, Sean, and I think this is a great game for them to get that kind of experience and exposure against a team that plays just as intense as they do.
It was Kristen Crouch who was hobbled behind the play, so that's something to monitor going forward, see if he's able to continue.
Brooks dished off to Manbeck, who tried to find the net, unable to, went wide in the front.
Manbeck had 10 goals a year ago.
Maloney going to bring it in.
There we got some tweets up on our screen there. Coach Fichet getting some love.
Going to be a timeout called here, I believe the Lakers. Yep. Earlier, Phil DeSanta checked in, wanted to give a shout out to his two sons, Anthony and Andrew, were also some of the Griffin greats a number of years back. Great family, two great young men, worked hard, doing great things now, and just continues to build on the conversation of the type of people that Coach Novotny brings in. Right now, it's Griffins down 5-3 with 3.5 to go here. I think the Griffins need to get one, if not two more, going into halftime. They've managed to silence the Laker offense here in the second quarter, though, Sean.
Yeah, there's been only one goal, courtesy of Hosseth, that came just about 5 minutes in. These two teams, I think it'll be no surprise if they meet in the championship again. They appear to be clearly the two best teams. They're the only two teams that overall are still unbeaten on the season. Wheeling at 1-4, Alderson Broadus 0-2, Lake Erie 0-3, Walsh 0-3, Davis and Elkins 1-1. So far, the only conference game in the entire GMAC to this point was that lopsided Seton Hill victory over Davis and Elkins. So it's still very early on in this season, and it's hard to gauge exactly where these teams are because there's more uncertainty than ever with last year's season being cut drastically short. Good litmus test for both these squads here today.
Maloney lost the handle on it down in the corner. Be a turnover to the Lakers, who sends it to a different zip code with that pass.
Yeah, it's a nice outlet if it connects, and in this case it does for Mercyhurst. Nearing 3 minutes remaining in the opening half. It's been a quiet offensive quarter to this juncture.
Lakers going to slow some things down. Probably want to try to end the quarter. I would assume that's the goal for the Lakers. Keep the ball down here on this end of the field.
Yeah, they can do that for at least another 40 seconds with this shot clock.
Yep,
take it down to 2 minutes. Now, I mentioned these teams will probably, in all likelihood, meet in a championship. The significance of this, however, is first place in the regular season and the home field advantage potentially for the championship matchup.
Sure. You had the opportunity to go up to Mercyhurst University when they did play in the playoffs, and it didn't work out for the Griffins that day.
And the first goal of the period for Mercyhurst. Bryce Johnson tallies, and the lead back to 3 for the Lakers.
Look to the left side of Mo. Makes that lead now 6-3. And if you're a Laker fan, things are looking good as you begin to wind the clock towards halftime. Crucial face-off coming up right here, Sean. Davis is going to have to win the war here at midfield.
So a goal apiece for the Griffins and the Lakers in this second quarter. Either team able to get a clean possession initially. And it'll be Seton Hill possession.
What they needed. Just under 2 to go.
Maybe it won't be.
That's not what we needed, Sean. I think we just saw a coach that was lobbying for a Griffin ball.
Yep. Sometimes that works. Usually it doesn't. Beautiful Saturday here in mid-March.
It is absolutely gorgeous. Scoreboard, not so much, but plenty of lacrosse yet to be played.
And Mo got a piece of that, sends it wide. And that was a big save for the talented goalkeeper.
Nice job there by Dan Rupert, the senior out of Seneca Valley, on defense there.
So Mercyhurst can hold here for the remainder of this second quarter. A lot of instructions being given to the Lakers as they continue to run some clock. Peyton Manco sends it across.
Now, Sean, if you're the Griffins, are we trying to force a turnover here, or are we just trying to hold strong?
Well, they get it now, but Mo had to make a save in the process. Now comes right back to Mercyhurst, and a spinning shot. Ball is still loose, and finally the Griffins get sustained possession and carried across into the attacking zone.
I think Andrew Clark's stick impeded that shot, or else it would be 7-3.
Yeah, Mercyhurst certainly had some good opportunities in there. And now the Griffins will try to get some momentum with just 5 seconds remaining. And they will from distance. Look at that. A long shot finds the mark. Rupert. It's Dan Rupert.
Nice job, the senior out of Seneca Valley. Said his name earlier, making some things happen on the other end of the field. Now he's going to turn and shoot from quite a distance.
And you had to think that shot was going to be coming. With just a few ticks remaining on the clock, it comes with 3.2 seconds remaining to be exact.
Yeah, I think just caught Pelicano off guard. 6-4.
I believe Manbeck got the helper on that one. He did.
Is it Clark right there? Yeah, I think it's Clark. His glove or his stick. Nice job there by Flick on the replay.
So the first half concludes, but maybe some momentum for Seton Hill courtesy of that late goal. Griffins face a 6-4 deficit against Mercyhurst. We'll take a break, come back with the scoring recap and the Excel Health intermission report as we continue our coverage of Seton Hill men's lacrosse here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Mask up, Westmoreland, because breaking bread at the table is better with the whole family and a little sauce.
Mask up, Westmoreland, so I can get back to learning in a classroom instead of in a bedroom.
Mask up, Westmoreland, because it's always best to be part of the solution.
Mask up, Westmoreland, because we are ready to get back to public ribbon cutting.
Mask up, Westmoreland, because learning can't always be done at a distance.
Wear a mask because Westmoreland County can't wait to get back to business as usual.
Mask up, Westmoreland, because serving you in person is better than the curl on top.
Mask up, Westmoreland, because we want to see you back in the audience.
Mask up, Westmoreland, because fellowship is best shared absent a laptop display.
Mask up, Westmoreland. Make it a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Mask up, Westmoreland, because we're all in this together.
They say it's always darkest before the dawn. At Seton Hill University, our faith drives us to be our best selves, and together, we can keep each other safe. Despite adversity and challenges that may come our way, we can work to be the light. We are Seton Hill University.
Does your oil and gas project require additional field service and engineering support? At 4-3 Energy, we have the experience you require. 4-3 Energy provides expertise in all aspects of gas measurement operations. We offer our customers on-site gas metering solutions, control valve service, meter station tube cleanings, and orifice meter rebuilds. The official service provider of Applied Pipeline. 4-3 Energy. The future of energy service has arrived. Visit 43energy.com.
It's not just a home or a car. It's the 6 months you save for your Ultra HD flat screen, just in time for football season. And the overtime you worked for that third car, so your teen can drive himself to practice. While other insurance companies just see them as a bundle or combo, State Farm agent Alex Hetrick sees your home and car as things you work really hard for. Alex understands what your things really mean to you. Talk to State Farm agent Alex Hetrick in Murrysville for your home and auto insurance today.
Who will you be at this unholy hour when no one is watching and the smallest decisions mean the most? Who will you be then? Because no true wins, the real wins we hold on to, are ever won easy. But then, in that moment, something snaps. On those last two, just when there was nothing left. There, right then, on Saturday at whatever time it was, you become someone new. And then tomorrow,
hey boys,
it all starts
baby.
over.
Have a good day? What'd you do? Everything? I got 97.
Dino's Sports Lounge presents Mouth-Watering Wings, voted the best in the state of Pennsylvania. 20 ice-cold beers on tap, giant man-sized sandwiches, and all sports known to mankind on multiple plasma and big screen TVs everywhere you look. It doesn't take a genius to figure out Dino's is the place for the real sports enthusiast. Dino's Sports Lounge. 2 locations, Route 30 Latrobe and Greensburg.
Dino's reminds you to drink responsibly. Have fun. Stay safe.
It is time for the Excella Health Intermission Report here on WSN. We have played 30 minutes, and so far it is a 6-4 lead in favor of Mercyhurst over Seton Hill in this matchup of the top 2 teams, at least according to the rankings and the preseason polls here in the Great Midwest Athletic Conference. Sean Myers and Chris Smith. And Chris, I would say that pretty even in some regards, although the big thing for Mercyhurst is the Lakers got the early lead. Seton Hill was not able to pull even. So when you can get that early lead and keep it through the entire first half, I think that bodes well for the Lakers.
Indeed, Sean, I think that's always an advantage in any sport. Anybody that can go up first, it's going to come down to what we talked about before. It's the you got to have the discipline and the heart to just hang in there, and the Griffins did that, able to put in a really, really late goal from nearly a different zip code and get within 2 points to make it 6-4. So I'm sure they'll be making some halftime adjustments as the Lakers are out there on their end, getting their goalie Pelicano warmed back up. It's under 4 minutes left to go in halftime, and it's been an absolute pleasure to be on air with you here this afternoon. It's a gorgeous day atop Seton Hill. I apologize to any of the viewers. I'm not awesome with my lacrosse knowledge. I'm not even good with my lacrosse knowledge, but I think we're having fun bringing it to you. I want to say thank you to everybody who has checked in. Continue to do that. We'd love to give you a shout out, and I miss all you.
We don't have a lacrosse expert on staff here. We have several wrestling experts. Yeah. You are chief amongst them, but unfortunately, we do not have a lacrosse expert here, but we're doing our best, and mostly the video speaks for itself, and that's the good news of doing these video broadcasts, as you can see the great action, and especially with some of the great instant replays that we have as well. They do a lot more justice than we could ever do. But let's look at some of those replays now as we run down the scoring in the opening half. I mentioned Mercyhurst struck first. The Lakers actually jumped out to the first 3 goals in this one. It took less than 4 minutes as Caleb Keeber gets the Lakers on the board. That coming with 11:44 left in the opening period. But Mercyhurst not done. It was Nathan Grennan who followed up from that angle on the right side to make it 2-0. And it took just 12 seconds for Mercyhurst to make it 3-0. However, Seton Hill got on the board, and no surprise who, it was Robert Hofseth from Logan Maloney. That was the first of 2 consecutive goals for the Griffins, as Thomas Hanulak from Maloney. However, Mercyhurst responded as the Lakers made it 4-2 on the tally by Grennan, but Seton Hill continued its offense. As you see, some just terrific finishes, that time courtesy of Grennan. And after that goal, it was 4-2 in favor of Mercyhurst. And the Lakers got another one late in the first quarter. Gavin Farrell made it 5-2. There wasn't nearly as much offense in the second quarter, but Seton Hill did have 2 of the 3 goals. Robert Hofseth on a great assist from Maloney to make it 5-3. And then Bryce Johnson for Mercyhurst restored that 3-goal lead for the Lakers with 2 minutes and 13 seconds left. But just 3.2 seconds left in the half. Dan Rupert from distance. Maybe the first weak goal that we've seen allowed in this one. You give credit to Rupert by the same token. We'll see if that maybe carries over. And I think now the onus is on Pelicano a little bit to try to redeem that one. However, his team is still in the lead, so he's not in a bad spot by any means.
I agree, Sean. And as you said, great job there by Rupert. You can't score unless you shoot it. And with very short time to go, less than 5 seconds, you could hear his teammates counting him down. And he just turned around and fired and got the Griffins to back within 2. So it's going to be interesting. The Griffins will be working right to left coming out here in the third, and they're going to have to come out with that momentum that they ended the second quarter in the first half with. I stand corrected. We're going to work left to right. Being corrected by Mr. Hanulak, handling the PA duties here today at Dick's Sporting Goods Field.
Shout out to Jason Green as well. And let's look at what was nearly a goal and not quite. Still can't tell if it hit the glove or the stick of Seton Hill's Andrew Clark, but the important thing is it didn't go in the net.
Yeah, huge. It did hit. We can't tell if it hit the stick or the glove, but we're just grateful it hit something. No matter what it hit, it did not hit the back of the net, and that's what counts most.
I had mentioned Jason Green, Sports Information Director here at Seton Hill. He has 3 computers in front of him as we get another tweet. If you want to send us a tweet at Westmoreland SN, and our producer Dan Flickinger will put it up on the screen. Brother Bear chiming in.
CeeLo looking beefy on the sidelines.
I guess that's a compliment, right?
I'm beefy, and I find it to be a compliment. I eat well.
So we're just about set to begin this third quarter of action. We'll see if the Griffins can carry that momentum over.
So I was correct.
Don't doubt yourself. You are
telling you.
Our resident lacrosse expert here.
Big face-off, playing a little soccer with it.
Yeah, that one kicked back by Mercyhurst. Nice job for the Lakers to control the opening draw. Shots were even at 21 in the opening half. Now that is shots attempted, not shots on goal.
Very low for both teams. We understand they both average about 60 attempts.
A little slow on getting the clock started here, so we'll see if they adjust that or if they just pretend that no one saw that.
Flick pulling double duty behind his 2 computer screens. Saw the clock wasn't moving, opened the window, and gave Mr. Green a shout.
Yeah, Jason has 3, so he still wins that.
He's better than you, Flick.
He doesn't have the Atari joystick.
He does not have the fancy Atari joystick that controls our robotic camera right out underneath Duddy. He's running a camera, and then right underneath him is the robot camera.
I was going to say it's a busy day here at Seton Hill for athletics, but I think it's just going to be a busy spring basically every single day.
Women with a big win over Slippery Rock. Earlier today, Sean had to call for that one.
Yeah, you can go back and check that out if you'd like to on archive. Well, they have now adjusted the clock to 15:15. That's not correct. Now they got it where they want it. There's some of the ladies.
Lots of clock issues this weekend. As I mentioned, I've been watching every session of the Division I wrestling tournament.
Penn State still have a decent chance? They have 4 finalists,
right? They're tied for second, and I think the best they're going to do is second. Iowa's going to win this one. They would have the stars would absolutely have to align.
Well, that nearly aligned for a goal for Seton Hill, but Hosseth denied at the net.
Nice hustle by Maloney to keep possession.
You get the feeling that if Seton Hill gets the next one and pulls within 1, it would really change the complexion of this. That one a little bit behind the intended target, Estabrooks, but he's able to track it down. A lot of chatter going on here throughout this one.
Sure is. They're yelling colors and states.
Griffins will back it out. Still 48 on the shot clock. Plenty of time to operate here. Estabrooks from distance. He scores.
Number 8, the big guy for the Griffins, finds the soft cage. Make it 6-5. Exactly what the Griffins needed to do, Sean, coming out here in the second half. And now, even more importantly, keep the momentum. Win this draw, keep the momentum, and find it again.
Number 34, Logan Maloney.
The assist goes to Logan Maloney,
Congratulations,
which is his 100th career helper.
Big time right there. I remember Logan Maloney coming in as a freshman, Coach Novotny, also speaking very highly of him. I actually had the opportunity to teach him in a course here that all freshmen are required to take called Connections. Was such a gentleman, a great young man, a leader as just a freshman here enjoying a senior season. Found himself in the record books.
Well, now the Lakers, maybe a little pressure shifts towards them, trying to protect a 1-goal lead.
Shot on goal, nice defense by the Griffins. Excuse me, Sean, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, it was a 3-0 lead early for Mercyhurst. Seton Hill's been the better team since then. As a train passes behind us. Common occurrence here.
It's either that or the Medivac helicopter.
Yeah, we saw that a little earlier as well.
Right before the game. It literally lands about 100 yards from where we are right now.
Hopefully they're not off by 100 yards when they go to land.
Yeah,
right?
sure. It does register about a 1.5 on the Richter when it takes off. Great defense by the Griffins.
It stays with the Lakers, and that shot from point blank didn't miss by much. It was Kieber, the best goal scorer, who had it.
Griffins doing a nice job just matriculating there in front, not allowing for any openings.
That was a favorite word of one of my former colleagues, Lanny Fateri.
I stole it from you.
Love to talk about matriculating.
I heard you use it in basketball, and I figured I'd use it here today.
That one squirts away from Seton Hill, but possession stays. And now it's taken away by the Lakers.
Maloney kind of got his pocket picked there. Lakers looking to make some hay down here in the Griffins' end. Under 12 to go, third quarter. We've got a 1-point game. Beautiful day, great atmosphere, tons of fans, high energy. 2 undefeated teams. Probably a prelude to the GMAC championships later in May.
Yeah, these teams have accounted for all 3 of the champions in the league's history. As a whistle will stop the action.
Now, have they played all 3 against each other, Sean?
Yes.
They have? Okay.
Yep.
I know you mentioned that in the
Seton Hill
pregame.
won the first 2. Mercyhurst had the most recent championship victory in 2019.
And 7-4 overall for the series in favor of the Griffins, right?
Yes, and they would love to make it 8-4.
So would I.
Again, you look at probably the significance of this is winning the regular season in all likelihood and then getting that home field advantage.
2 great coaches. Behind the back pass there.
Ball on the turf. Mercyhurst gets it. Oh, what a feed, and the backdoor tap and finish for Keeber.
Nice job there by the Lakers, taking advantage of a nearly empty net. Get another look at it here. Little soft pass. That's like Sid to Malkin right there. How about it?
You know, Keeber's a terrific goal scorer, but just about anyone that plays at this level would have been able to finish that one.
I think we could have made that one.
Yeah, well, I
don't.
I don't trust myself enough, but hey, we got someone watching from across the pond. Jim Hacko tuning in from the UK. Wants to see a Griffins victory.
We were talking before the game, Jim, whether we should call this a field or a pitch. Since you're here, we'll call it a pitch. Thank you for tuning in with us today. Happy to bring you some awesome lacrosse.
Have you ever been to United Kingdom?
I have not.
Nor have I.
Someday. I know Coach McCarty does a great job with men's soccer, bringing a number of young men over from the UK.
By the way, we haven't called his name today yet. I don't know if he's played. Seton Hill's Logan Weiland is a member of the lacrosse team, and you might recognize that name. I certainly do, because he's a football player for the Griffins. And without being able to play football this year, with the season moved to the spring and then ultimately canceled altogether, opportunity to at least compete at a high level in a different sport.
Nice to see things starting to move towards normalcy again.
I believe, if I'm correct, some schools in the PSAC are playing some limited football games, but it's not a conference schedule. They tried to make that happen for this spring, but it just did not come to fruition, as Mo makes a save as he was able to pin that one against the post.
Nice job on the stop. Tried to find the number of who he was trying to find. I don't know if that was Manbeck.
Mentioned that Mo is taken over as the clear-cut number 1. Max Eisman had a terrific career for Seton Hill in net as well.
Big guy, moves very well, very quick hands.
Yeah, I don't know that there's many keepers his size anywhere. Oh, that one gets past him, though, off of the bar and in, as Mercyhurst extends the lead. I believe that's Peyton Manco on the finish.
Peyton does make it 8-5. That momentum slipped away from the Griffins, who came out and found the cage early. Need to get it back here. Sophomore Andy Davis on the draw. Hate to put pressure on just a sophomore, but in a game situation like this, you got it all, kiddo.
Looks like an unassisted tally for Manco.
Be a holding. Griffins needed that. Profio going to take it down.
Yeah, this is back to a 3-goal lead, which is what has been the high water mark for the Lakers in this one.
Pass that went a little north over Estabrooks, turnover to the Lakers.
And they're wasting no time advancing it. Now they'll settle things down a little bit.
May see a timeout here from Coach Novotny in the near future. Calm as Griffins down. Very wide perimeter here for the Lakers. They'll start to close in. Oof.
Good job maintaining possession.
Little stick to the jaw.
And now
I think he just got hit for it. Is that what that was for, or offsides?
Well, the Griffins don't seem to be too thrilled with it nonetheless.
Rupert handing out a kiss with his stick.
It's an offsides.
The late penalty call on the Griffins for offside.
Goes against Rupert.
8.3 remaining in the third. Lakers man up.
Good shot of Coach Novotny, Coach Isles, Coach Pichet. Coach Novotny has lost the coat. Things are heating up down there on the field.
Well, we know how dangerous these teams have been man up so far in this one. And now another chance for the Lakers.
And that's what good teams do, Sean.
And they waste no time taking advantage. Bryce Johnson from straight on finds the net.
Lakers man up goal. Scored by number 37, Bryce Johnson. And on the assist, number 19, Devin Pfeiffer.
Devin Pfeiffer gets the helper as Johnson
For the
finds the mark for the second time today.
Went to the right side of Mo and get another look at it here again. A great execution on the part of the Lakers.
And they have been potent with the extra man. That's their third marker man up today.
Maybe a good time to start thinking about a timeout as we approach the 8-minute mark.
Gray wins the face-off, and that's big for Seton Hill. Try to stop the bleeding a little bit.
And that's the beauty of lacrosse. A 4-point lead is nothing.
But the Lakers take it away. They're looking to make a 5-goal lead and a spectacular finish. There was going to be a penalty. It doesn't matter, as I believe that was Braden McCard with the finish. First time we've called his name, and he scores in spectacular fashion.
Estabrooks with the from behind tackle. Lakers will not be denied. That was number 51.
Braden McCard.
Braden McCard, a freshman out of Baldwinsville, New York. I think at that point, Estabrooks figured, what the heck, I'm toast. I might as well try to make something happen. I'll take the penalty, but kind of a double whammy there, giving up the flag and the goal. Makes that lead now 10-5.
It has been 4 straight for Mercyhurst. Just about halfway through the third. The Lakers get possession again. That's a nice feed ahead in stride. Mabe comes into the zone.
Mabe going to retreat and reset.
Well, I would think the Lakers right now, they're not going to go in by any means to a stall type of offense, but they can be patient and run some time here with a pretty sizable lead and under 7 minutes left in the third.
35 to go on the shot clock, and I think you said it right. Start to work on the clock.
Mo able to get in front of that one, but the rebound goes right back to the Lakers.
That shot by Ben Smith Wilcox out of Canandaigua. New York, a lot of New Yorkers on both of these teams.
Mercyhurst wants to score, but without getting a goal, it's a reset of the shot clock as a foul upcoming against Seton Hill. Lakers have really taken command as this third quarter has progressed.
They've been a little bit of a ticky-tacky flag up there. I don't know a ton of lacrosse, but it almost looked more like a dive.
Embellishment is now the proper term for that.
Okay, I'm sorry, PC.
And the Lakers,
acting.
They're in no hurry right now.
Got a reset on that clock.
It's down to 28 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Not a good pass there. And now the penalty will be enforced. So 30 more seconds up for the Lakers to try to extend this 10-5 lead.
30-second technical on the Griffin for a push. 5:50 remaining in the third. Lakers
so push the call. Oh, that one ripped but high. It hasn't taken the Lakers long to score on some of their man-up opportunities so far.
Certainly has not. Bryce Johnson was trying to find it, just went a little north.
There's a lot of fire emojis there, and I think that's fitting of how the Lakers have played recently. Baud 1-2-2 chiming in. That one deflected. The Lakers keep it, though. Well, they've gotten a lot of the loose balls recently.
They have one of those scrum situations, if you will. I can use a little bit of rugby terminology, but that's exactly what it has looked like out there. Going to be another flag. I don't know.
Oh, that was a behind-the-back attempt.
Smith Wilcox looking for the fancy 6-point lead, denied.
Yeah, Benjamin Smith Wilcox.
Our resident lacrosse expert. Was that a good flag or not? No, I thought it looked kind of, I can't use the phrase on the air, but
not egregious, basically.
Yeah, it didn't look like a foul at all.
For a hold, 4:53 in the third. Lakers man up.
Coach trying to figure out how to get his team back in this one.
Another opportunity for the Lakers. I think they've taken advantage of just about every man-up opportunity this afternoon, Sean, right? All but one?
Yeah, they've been dynamic. Mo makes a nice save. That was much needed as the dangerous Kieber had that shot. Still plenty of time for the Griffs, but they need to get something going. They had the first goal of this period, and since then it's been 4 straight for the visitors.
Goes man back around the front.
That one maybe just slipped away from him.
I think there might have been a defensive stick in his way. Impeded that shot. There's another good look at Mo's last save. Big save. Griffins need one here, Sean. Bottom line.
Yeah, they sure do. They scored very late in the second, early in the third, but haven't been able to build off of that. Mercyhurst has taken command back.
They've done a great job on defense. Really limiting the shots on goal as one sails past Pelicano there.
Our producer Dan Flickinger working hard as always. Keeping one eye on Twitter, keeping one eye on our broadcast here. And there's the goal much needed for Seton Hill, courtesy of Hofseth.
That's what you need. You need your leaders to step up in these opportunities. Down 5, make it 4, 3.5 to go, just north of 3.5.
That's the first goal in about 10 minutes of game time for Seton Hill.
Number 45, Robert Hofseth, unassisted.
Went with the fake up top.
3:36
Found the bottom.
Third, Griffin's goal, 45.
10-6. Another important draw. I should say they're all important draws, especially in this game.
That's the hat trick for Hofseth. Lakers have it. Oh, it takes just seconds to respond. Off of the draw, Doran, the face-off specialist. 6 seconds later, he gets Mercyhurst back up.
Those are the kind of letdowns that you cannot have happen.
Lakers goal scored by number 24.
Way too easy for the Lakers on
unassisted.
that one.
Face-off for the Lakers, 24. Durant.
Back to a 5-goal lead.
Now face-off for the Griffins, 23. Logan Weiland.
I don't know what that fancy foot shuffle out there by Mr. Doran was, but certainly got the Lakers excited. 11-6, 3.5.
No baseball update yet, Dan? Efforting to track Seton Hill baseball, which is off to a terrific start. They are losing 6-5 at last check to Ashland. It's just so.
Is that where Tommy's coaching at, Flick? Don't we have an alum that coaches? My apologies. Okay.
You're forgiven. It's just so exciting to see these spring sports back because they had, in a sense, if you want to use the phrase, the rug pulled out from underneath them last year because they got to start the season. Oh, another goal from a sharp angle. Well, feels like the Lakers are making up for missed time right now as Manco. That was a dart.
It sure was. Mo sharing a little bit of frustration with his defense. I don't know if he was saying it went off the pipe. It looked like that's from here. Certainly been a breakdown here at Coach Novotny's defense.
12-6.
That's your robot cam right there. Flick working that as well.
That's Roger Down's favorite, the RoboCam.
The RoboCam. I do enjoy playing with it when I am Matt's side. Just under 3 to go, 12-6. I don't know what the percentage is on wins on faceoffs, but I would have to say it's got to be in favor of the Lakers here so far this afternoon.
Well, I might be able to.
Offset trying to make something happen.
13 for 21 for Mercyhurst. 13 out of 21. So 13 for them, 8 for Seton Hill.
Yeah. It's a nifty little device. What is that, the live game stats?
Yep.
When were you going to tell me that was there after the game, Sean?
It's right there. There you
I
go.
had no idea that's what that was. I could sound a little bit more intelligent if I just looked down at that.
Yep. If you scroll up, there's all the goal scorers as well. All at your fingertips. Now the Griffins, they need to get something going here. Under 2 minutes left in the third. Manbeck in a spin cycle right now. Nothing coming easy for Seton Hill.
No, the defense of the Lakers has been nothing less than stout, trying to find the shot clock.
It's down to 4 seconds. And they get the shot off in time, and they find the mark. Once again, it's Hofseth, his fourth, and it came just in the nick of time.
Makes the score 12-7. Just under 90 seconds to go here in the third quarter.
Seton Hill goal scored by number 45.
Sometimes that desperation to get a shot off is the best thing.
129.
We saw it at the end of the second quarter.
Yeah, with Rupert,
for
sure.
24, Duran to the Griffins, 26 there.
Maloney adds another assist to his ledger today. That's his fifth helper.
Griffin's looking to win a face-off here, and just may. Nope.
And that's a nice play by Mercyhurst Doran to snag that one.
I believe Doran, the last scorer for the Lakers.
He had one earlier this quarter. The face-off so important. If you have someone that can win their fair share of faceoffs and then even get some offense off of it. Mentioned Maloney doing a great job as a distributor. He had 4 assists last game, but he had 4 goals as well. 8 shots for him. Hofseth had 3 and 2 in the victory. Estabrooks with a hat trick. A lot of guys are going to get in the score column when your team scores 34.
Shot clock and the game clock matched.
Yeah, I would think that the Lakers really want to run this down and maybe try to get a shot with about 5 seconds. Maybe 10 seconds at most. You just don't want Seton Hill to have a chance to come the other way.
Yeah, the Griffins made him pay at the end of the last quarter.
Down to 15 seconds now. They thought about shooting and thought better of it, and the Griffins also taking away some of those shooting lanes. Seton Hill trying to force a turnover in the final seconds.
Smith Wilcox losing his footing.
That'll do it for the third, but Mercyhurst extends its lead. It's a 12-7 advantage for the Lakers as we head to the fourth. Don't go anywhere. We continue Seton Hill men's lacrosse right here on WSN. .3 seconds remaining here in the third. They've added some time back. Now, I'm not sure anything's going to happen in that amount of time. All right. Well, now the third quarter has ended. We head to the fourth, and the score remains 12-7, Mercyhurst over Seton Hill. We'll be right back as we continue here on the Westmoreland Sports Network.
Hampton Office Products is a proud furniture provider for Seton Hill University and has been servicing Westmoreland County and the surrounding area for almost 40 years. Hampton Office Products has all the basics with office and teaching supplies, but we also design office furniture along with restaurant and school furniture, which we happily deliver and install personally. Why buy from the big box stores when you can buy local? Stop in our newly expanded showroom at 248 Donahue Road in Greensburg or visit HamptonOffice.com. Family owned and operated since 1976. We're Hampton Office Products.
The Westmoreland Sports Network is available on social media. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram and like our page on Facebook for the latest Westmoreland County sports news, WSN broadcast links, scores, game stories, videos, pictures, and much, much more. Also be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for archived interviews and broadcast highlights. The Westmoreland Sports Network is available whenever and however you want it.
Feel the love.
When choosing a college, I wanted a school that moved me forward. At Seton Hill University, I'm a part of a welcoming community that celebrates a long history of preparing students to transform the world. With small class sizes, an award-winning career center, and easy access to scholarships and aid, Seton Hill gives me the confidence, skills, and opportunities to take my future into my own hands. Are you ready to move forward?
Seton Hill facing an uphill climb as we move to the fourth. The lead is 12-7 in favor of Mercyhurst here at Dick's Sporting Goods Field. Thank you so much for tuning into our coverage on the Westmoreland Sports Network. Sean Myers joined by Chris Smith here on commentary. And they're probably going to have to play their best quarter of the year so far for Seton Hill to try to score a victory.
Without a doubt, Sean, and it starts right here with this draw, and it's looking like the Lakers want it worse than the Griffins do, but not yet. Sticks are flying, and it looks like the Griffins may come away with it.
Yeah, it was Clark who had it.
Clark who had that, I don't even know if I want to call it a save, but I guess it was a save. I don't know if anybody other than the goalie can have a save, but
He prevented a goal, and that's the biggest thing.
That was the biggest thing, and they need to prevent a whole bunch more.
Well, it's the Lakers who take it right back now. Fourth quarter action. I would think that the Lakers will be patient here in this fourth.
Yeah, they're going to try to make the second worst enemy for the Griffins the clock. And that's just, as you said, maintaining patience, wearing down the clock a little bit.
Shorten the number of possessions remaining in this game.
If they don't have it and can't put it on net, they can't score, and that's one of the biggest factors that really stands out as a team, that averages about 60 shots a game, down to probably in the 30s. I'll have to pull that up here in a second for you. 30. So just half of their usual tally.
Well, Nicholas Mabe extends the lead for Mercyhurst.
Junior out of Webster Thomas, New York.
So that's a time-consuming possession that ends with a goal. Best case scenario for the Lakers early here in the fourth.
And they're starting to ice the cake, are the Lakers.
And on the assist, number 19, Devin Piper.
Mabe coming in from the left side, going to sidestep right, fire a sidearm shot right to the right side of Mo. Definitely a bit of a breakdown here in the Griffins' defense this afternoon. Something, hey, you know what? If you're going to lose one, I'd rather lose this one in the conference championship game later in May. Certainly a lot to be taken away from this one, but it's not over. Down 6.
Pfeiffer gets the assist.
Logan Gray in there for the face-off, the junior out of Cannon Mac.
And he won that one cleanly.
And he's shoestring tackled from behind. Got Laundry on the field.
And he's a little shaken up. Well, he did his job and paid the price for it in the process.
I'd be limping too as Sean Doran took him at the Achilles tendon. That come from behind tackle.
It's a good way to ruin someone's golf swing forever, huh?
Is it me or those flags? They're like shirts. A lot of cloth in those ones. They look a lot larger than the football flag.
Yeah, it's hard to miss, for sure. Well, the Griffins, they're going to have to claw away, and this would be a good start, man up. Seton Hill will be man up right now. The team's at even strength, and the Griffins strike. Nice rip shot by Maloney. He's been a distributor. Now he finishes.
Seton Hill goal scored by number 34, Logan Maloney.
See Maloney floating there to the right side of your screen. Finds an opening, cuts into that lead, and like I said earlier, the best analogy, you got to chop wood here, chip away at it. Good look at Seton Hill University student section, some parents, I'm sure there's some alumni mixed in.
Ryan Manbeck with that assist.
Lakers take possession of this draw. Lakers are man up, I hear.
They've been dangerous in this scenario today.
Andrew Clark in the sin bin.
Now the Griffins back even. Still 50 seconds on the shot clock for Mercyhurst.
57. That was 9 seconds. That would be 12:31.
Little discussion around the game clock. I believe I heard 12:32.
Yeah, they're adjusting that now. And some directions being given by Coach Novotny. I think we got everything squared away.
Here we go. Even strength. Big defensive stand opportunity here for the Griffins. Going to have to deny.
Seton Hill had given up 17 goals through 3 games. So far, 13 permitted today.
Definitely a difference in the level of competition between those first 3 and this one for both teams, actually. The Lakers have not yet been tested.
Well, they're being tested today, but so far they've passed the test. Still more work to do. Nice spin inside. It was Pfeiffer, but he could not get it past Mo. Crease violation.
Stand with the with the Griffins needed. Excuse me. Here we go. And Beck breaking land speed from left to right.
But the pass was tipped and ultimately taken away. Players going down everywhere.
Flags going down everywhere.
Now, there hasn't been great flow to this quarter yet. And I don't know what that is, but the Lakers.
I have no idea. I was waiting for him to say breakdown.
The Lakers will now enter the attacking zone. And they are just milking this clock at this juncture.
As they should. Approach the 10:30 mark right now. Half a minute on the shot.
Yep, still 30 seconds that they can take off the shot clock. It's Kevin Moe, goaltender, checking his surroundings. There you get a good look
Clark
at Bryce Johnson.
Yep.
Now he comes into the attack. Sharp angle shot. Shot clock does not reset.
Here comes Mr. Medivac. Here flying in over our head. Clock stops with 10:09.
10:09 in the fourth. Lakers man up. Lakers timeout.
So a timeout taken.
Dustin, there's a shot of the Medivac right up there in front of us. Go catch it.
Let's see if he can.
Yeah. There it is.
He's on it.
Easy, bud. Seton Hill takes that timeout. 10:09. Down 5.
So what do you think the message is right now for Coach Novotny?
Back to basics, discipline, find the back of the net. You know, they've got to offer up some help for Mo. I don't know that the defense, again, you know, I'm not a professional at this, but it just doesn't look like the defense has been accountable for where they need to be and what they need to be doing here this afternoon, and it's thus allowing the Lakers to score 13 points this afternoon, but they're going to have to get things moving, and they're going to have to do it with some urgency. But as you said earlier, Sean, you know, the Lakers are going to take advantage of the clock and a long shot clock, and I think that's where the Griffins are going to have to start really pressing and forcing the issue.
Keep in mind that Seton Hill has the offensive firepower to get back in it, but the big thing is I think that Mercyhurst has clearly been the better team on the faceoffs. So Seton Hill might get a goal, but if the Lakers then control all those subsequent faceoffs, then they're going to be in good position to try to close this one out.
Yeah, that's something that they'll have to work on here as the season progresses, is that win percentage on the draws.
And you don't chalk this one up as a loss yet by any means, but if Seton Hill does come up short, learning points to move forward. forward.
Yeah, there's wins within every loss, and you just have to go in there and find them, and you've got to find those weak spots and continue to work on them. And you can guarantee that this coaching staff, well tenured, well battle tested, will be doing that as soon as tomorrow, if not after this game.
Good save there. Rebound. Mo gets it again. Ball is still loose. The Lakers swarming here, trying to get goal number 14, but unable to do so on that exchange.
Mr. Clark finds it, looking for midfield. Big guy doing a little bit of dance and loses the handle.
And now a transition opportunity for the Lakers. Oh, they have some players wide open, but maybe a prudent decision to take some more time off.
.9:18 and counting.
And there's the goal. So they take more time and they still get the finish. It comes courtesy of Grennan.
Grennan looking for the hat trick here today.
Oh, he has it.
Is that it? Yep, third. I thought it was.
And on the assist, number 25, Caleb Huber. Baseball for the Lakers, 24, Duran. For the Griffins, 26, Greg.
Brennan had a couple of goals in the first period.
I believe those would be called quarters, wouldn't they, Sean?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, quarter, it has to be 1/4 of the game. A period could be any amount of time.
I wanted to split hairs with you.
There you go.
My first time on the air with you. Lakers looking for another win on the draw and will.
Yeah, that's been, I think,
that's been the Achilles heel, Sean. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to take the words out of your mouth.
It's an area you mentioned. Seton Hill's going to have to get better because you're probably going to see Mercyhurst again. And even though you might be a little better offensively or defensively or in net, if you're not winning the faceoffs.
Can't score if you don't have the ball, right?
We mentioned that Seton Hill returned the vast majority of their players from a year ago. Jay Skirbo was one who moved on, and that was his role on this team.
I remember.
Winning those draws. And
there's been a flurry of really good...
in his absence, it's a big loss because they're having to find ways to make up some possessions. And there's another shot that leads to a goal. Jacob Emerson.
He's joining the party. I think that's goal number 1 for him here this afternoon. And prior to Skirbo, you had the young man from North Allegheny. I'm drawing a blank on his name. I believe his first name was Anthony. Was magnificent at draws. So the Griffins certainly used to having the upper hand when it comes to that ever important aspect of the contest at midfield, getting ready to happen here again.
You're drawing a blank on that. I just had a light bulb moment with the name Jacob Emerson because I said, I really recognize his name. Well, he's from Cathedral Prep, and he's actually a great hockey player for the Ramblers. I remember seeing him at the high school level in the PIHL, and there is often sort of the transition, hockey to lacrosse, a lot of similarities.
Sure.
And so I remember Jacob Emerson as a really good hockey player for Cathedral Prep. He stayed in the same area, now playing for Mercyhurst.
And when you say Cathedral Prep, Erie Cathedral Prep?
Yep.
Okay. Sean, you do a great job calling hockey. I know that's very challenging.
Yeah, there's a lot of talking that goes into that. I'm letting sort of the pictures do the speaking, and there you can see if you watch that Peyton Gensler gets a rebound goal for Seton Hill.
Sophomore out of Springford, PA.
Well, the Griffins
they're not laying down and dying, and you know what? You'll never see a Griffin squad do that. They're not going to go away quietly. They're going to continue to fight and claw and try to keep themselves in this one. We'll have another draw opportunity coming up here as you get another look at it. Nice rebound shot there by the big guy out of Springford, Pennsylvania.
So
out in the Philly suburbs, I believe.
Emerson and Gensler, they score 30 seconds apart, both unassisted. Some fans
up on the hill.
A bird's eye view.
Is that Logan on the stick, if you will? Now they're making me hungry. They got some good food, full-blown tailgate up there on the hill.
Maybe make a stop on your way out of here.
Violation for the Griffins, third of the half, results in a 30-second penalty. Lakers will be man up.
We got a camper up there. Beautiful day here again. The scoreboard, not so much.
Now, I see a lot of people wearing shorts. Not just the players, obviously. It makes a little more sense for them. But I don't know that I would be wearing shorts right now.
Yeah, it's not that warm.
Yeah, you are not. I am not. Dustin Beck is like pseudo wearing shorts.
Dustin's hat is one of the greatest outfits I've ever seen today. He definitely looks like the Amishman from Kingpin. I haven't been able to identify his name.
Great movie that was actually filmed partially.
Yeah, in Murrysville.
Yep.
The Blue Spruce Pool parking lot. Good trivia there by Sean.
Now known as North Park Lounge and Purgatory. It's a bit of an upgrade, I would say, since
Continue
the 90s.
To add to my hunger pains. Thank you for that one. Griffins need to stay hungry here. They have possession.
Just pinballing.
A little spin move there by Barry Sanders.
That's another number 20. As that one squirts away. That was Profio who was able to.
Junior, yep.
That's impressive, and I'm sure that that's one that
he would appreciate.
Right now he's probably feeling a little bit of that, but in the moment, he kind of just battle through it if possible. I can only imagine how sore some of these players are by the time that they head to bed tonight. And have to turn around and do it in a few more days.
With that soreness, I want to give a shout out to the Excella Health, Sports Medicine, and Orthopedics team. Certainly, we always call them out at the local high schools for their presence in a number of those gymnasiums, but also partnered here with Seton Hill, making sure that these athletes are going to have to heal that one up, because that was a boom dropper right there.
Liam Bogadame
took out Manbeck.
Yeah, that was, I think, the first time we've called his name today, and he certainly made his presence felt.
Did. Under 6 to go. Griffins down 6. Urgency the key.
Seton Hill will be in action a week from today at Georgian Court University. I have not even heard of
I have not
that
either.
university.
Do we know what state that's even in? Georgia. Yeah, good flick. Uh-oh.
Another goal for Mercyhurst, and it's Kieber again who continues to pad his prolific total.
They are going to have to figure out a way to stop that young man in May. I don't know how many that is, but it's a lot.
Well, and he came in having a great campaign, 10 goals over his first 2 games.
Not a mathematician, but that's an average of 5 per game, and he's got to be close to that
I
here.
think that's his 4th today. Yep.
So a point-scoring machine, they're going to have to find a way to slow number 25 down. Going to be a penalty on the draw.
Mercyhurst 1 away from 17 goals. That would match the total allowed for the first 3 games for the Griffins.
Legal procedure on the Griffins. Lakers will be man up.
So man up opportunity for Mercyhurst under Chris Ryan. Terrific success guiding this program. Ryan O'Hagan, his 3rd-year assistant. He was a player at Canisius.
Lakers working the perimeter. You can see the shot clock there. The center of your screen as it approaches 50 seconds.
I think it's almost now to the point inside, and that one thwarted by Mo, that if you're one of the Lakers, you probably feel like we have this one, so you don't necessarily have to run as much clock. You can maybe, I don't want to say the term selfish, but you can maybe look for your own shot if you have that opportunity. And I think for some players who maybe are trying to find that rhythm still offensively, this would be a great opportunity to try to get that going.
Start to sharpen those tools here. I mean, you have a 7-point lead, and you're right. This is that opportunity when you start to get other guys into the game that maybe don't have that.
Well, Seton Hill scores a goal.
Yep, they're not going away. They never do. They never will.
Profio able to tally there.
We're going to have to ask Greeny if he can find a different song when the Griffins score.
Do you have any suggestions for him?
No, not yet.
Seton Hill goal scored by number 28, Andy Davis.
Give me a minute to think.
I want to correct myself. That's not 20, it's 28, Andy Davis.
Griffins goal 28, Davis. Based off of the Lakers, 24.
So Davis gets
23
his first goal of the game and his third of the season.
Davis, a sophomore out of Whitney Point, New York. Again, not one of those starters, but maybe Coach Novotny's starting to filter in some of the younger men, getting them the valuable experience. It's a long season. You can see it's a very brutal sport. Injuries do happen. So at a moment's notice, you've got to be ready to go. You've got to be prepared and ready to rock and roll and fit yourself right into the lineup. See, the Griffins are starting to force the issue a little bit.
They're going to have to.
Lakers playing keep away rather.
It's Pfeiffer who's doing that work. It's been an impressive performance for Mercyhurst. It's going to likely be a near wire-to-wire victory as they scored 3 minutes and 16 seconds into the first to take the lead, and they have held that lead the entire way.
Yeah, came out of the gate firing up 3-0 before the Griffins were able to answer, and as they continue to chew away here at the clock, as it's under 10.
Very similar to how Seton Hill women's lacrosse controlled its matchup today against Slippery Rock.
Shout out to Coach Grove and the Lady Griffins for that nice win.
They scored, I believe it was 18 seconds in. As Seton Hill trying to claw back in this one, they get a goal. Jeremy Forzo gets the tally.
Another sophomore, this time out of Vail, Colorado. Wonder if he knows how to ski. I bet he does. Also went to Battle Mountain Howard Community College. Or Howard Community College.
Your Seton Hill goal scored by number 82, Jeremy Forzo. And on the
sophomores finding the cage for the Griffins. Hate to be the Debbie Downer, but maybe too little, too late.
Well, yeah, it seems to be trending that direction, but if there's a sport that you can score a lot of goals in a short period of time, lacrosse is one of those, certainly.
Another face-off going to go, not quite yet.
Now it's being kicked at.
Christian Crouch finds the squirter, comes away with it.
Now it's the Lakers who get it back. And they'll run this down to below 2 minutes momentarily. That one absolutely fired, and it goes in from distance. A diving effort by Seton Hill's Josh Miller, but he could not get to the vacated net in time. And that was an absolute rifle shot.
Lakers goal scored by number 22, Tommy
I think that's the
unassisted.
final layer of icing on the cake.
Goal scores Angela Cola.
Griffins 26th grade.
See the fans over there in green beginning the celebration.
Oh, it is not that far removed from St. Patrick's Day. Maybe a little bit of luck with those jerseys.
Lakers continue to work on the Griffins' end. Thank you, Sean Standers. It was Anthony Peluso. Another one of the remarkable members of the Griffin team that was really awesome at draws. Don't know what his overall win percentage was, but I know it was
better than 50%.
Better than 50%, and certainly better than it's been here today. And it's, again, an area of concern for Coach Novotny and the Griffins. And like we said, they will be getting to work on that ASAP, among other aspects of their game, as the Lakers have been able to identify, find, and exploit some of the weak points.
Well, that's not a weak point. That shot by Maloney.
Yeah, that was moving. Makes it 17-11, under a minute. Make it 17-12, excuse me. Minute 2 to go. 34 from 31.
Manbeck gets the helper.
Number 34, Logan Maloney, and on assist, number 31, Ryan Manbeck. Face off for the Lakers, 24 to Ryan, for the Griffins, 26 through.
Oh, it's 17-12 in favor of the Lakers in this one.
And if you can get those two really working together, this Hofseth, I mean, that's just an offensive trio right there that can throw up a lot of points. But again, it goes back to the draws. 5-point lead here for the Lakers. Griffin's looking to cut into it.
Now we near the final 30. Mercyhurst will go to 3-0 on the campaign, and the first conference victory for the Lakers as that one stays up. Flag comes in. First setback of the season upcoming for Seton Hill. It'll be 3-1 for the Griffins, and it'll even their conference mark at 1-1 in the GMAC.
Penalty on the Lakers, 30-second technical for a hold.
Holding against Mercyhurst.
28.8 in the fourth. Griffins will be man up.
Griffin's also been successful today in the rest of the earlier part of the season, a man up. See if they can put another one up there. I believe 14-10 was the last score between these two in favor of the team in green.
Let's go Uppers!
Yeah, that was in the championship game back in 2019.
Turnover to the Lakers, and I think that's going to do it.
They'll bring this one in. A timeout taken.
Oh, it's like basketball, isn't it?
So
Flick knows my love for timeouts in the sport of basketball. Team will be up 20. 10 seconds are burning timeouts.
Yeah, and there's certain times where you do something like this to honor seniors and whatnot on senior day or maybe in their final game. But on the road at Seton Hill, a little bit more puzzling, at least from our vantage point. Nonetheless, Mercyhurst has plenty to celebrate here today as they're closing in on a 17-12 victory. Mentioned it's the only regular season meeting between these teams. It might not be the last meeting between these teams this season, though.
Certainly not.
The other teams that are in this conference, Wheeling, Alderson, Broadus, Lake Erie, Walsh, Davis, and Elkins. And it would be a bit of a surprise for any of those teams to ultimately make it to the championship game, I would say.
You said that AB was playing earlier.
Yeah, they were at Walsh. No, that's actually that's a 5 o'clock start,
okay.
So that should be getting underway right around now.
All right, you can catch that on our sister network. I have no idea what that network is.
Neither does Dan Flickinger as he shrugs his shoulders. As this one final, Mercyhurst comes on the road to Seton Hill, and they hand the Griffins their first loss of the season. Final in this one, 17-12 in favor of the Lakers. We'll take a break, come back to put a bow on this one as we continue our coverage of men's lacrosse, Seton Hill on WSN.
When I first came back, one of the first things that blew me away was our facilities. How the fields have grown up in that whole complex down the hill. Our weight room now, I mean, how that has been, remodeled and changed and overhauled.
Our baseball field is, in my opinion, one of the best in the nation, Division II wise. And just having Sullivan Gym open for us all the time with the nets in there whenever we wanted to get work in, which is possibly why I got to where I am, because all the extra work that I did put in.
I think our facilities are one of the best across the T-Stacks, and that's definitely a huge recruiting tool as we are able to draw the athletes for the academics in addition to the great things they can get on the athletic side of it?
I don't think I would be able to thrive in a big school. I think I like that the professors know my name. I like that when I'm walking down the hall, I can say hi to someone and I actually know them.
The roar of the crowd, the crack of the bat, the thousands of tackles, ground balls, and patterns run that earn the victory. AstroTurf helps make all these experiences become a reality. Since 1964, AstroTurf has been focusing on player safety, product durability, and game day performance. Visit one of their 280 fields in the tri-state area, and you'll experience their cutting-edge technology. To see what AstroTurf can do for you, visit astroturf.com.
Does your oil and gas project require additional field service and engineering support? At 4-3 Energy, we have the experience you require. 4-3 Energy provides expertise in all aspects of gas measurement operations. We offer our customers on-site gas metering solutions, control valve service, meter station tube cleanings, and orifice meter rebuilds. The official service provider of Applied Pipeline. 4-3 Energy. The future of energy service has arrived. Visit 43energy.com.
An impressive road victory for Mercyhurst as the Lakers make the trek from Erie down to Greensburg. They secure a 17-12 win. Sean Myers, Chris Smith here on the call. I want to thank our great team, producer Dan Flickinger, Dustin Beck manning the camera. Chris, I think that you thought that this is maybe an opportunity to grow for Seton Hill. You never want to lose a game, but if you do early in the season against a formidable opponent that you expect to see again, it kind of gives you an idea of what you need to work on from here on out.
Yeah, there's a lot of lessons to take away from this one. Losses stink. There's nothing good about a loss in your mind, but there are a lot of things you can take away that you can turn into positives. And, a very tenured coaching staff, Novotny, Isles now joined by Mark Pichet, a great senior core. And, I think they're going to sit around and look at some film and figure out what went wrong and how they need to fix it. There's a lot of games to be played between now and that game, so let's not start counting chicks before the eggs hatch. They're going to have to start chipping away at it. But I think some of the areas for grave concern, they have a young defensive core right there this year. They do have a couple seniors, but there's some youngins in there. And I think they learned that against a high-quality opponent like Mercyhurst that, it certainly wasn't as easy as it was the first three games. Face-offs is a little bit of concern on the draw. So those are a couple of areas that they're going to need to work, but you can guarantee that they're going to get to work as soon as possible.
On the other side, we look at it from the Griffins' perspective, but for Mercyhurst, there has to be an awful lot to like. What does this maybe mean for them in this season?
Well, as long as things continue to fall the way they may fall, they're going to have home field advantage come. I'm assuming that GMAC playoff opportunity is in May. With the season being a little bit condensed, I don't know if it's in April. But,
so Seton Hill concludes their schedule right now for the regular season on May 1st. Now, again, that could change, but as of now, that is designated to be the final game, and certainly for Mercyhurst, same thing. They will play out of the conference against Frostburg State on May 1st.
And so later in May, whenever these two teams hopefully do meet, and I'm pretty safe to assume that they will. Obviously they know that they have the upper hand. They won on our home turf, which is always a big win. But certainly playing that big of a game at home in front of your home crowd, and they draw just a crowd just as big as we do. So they'll be ready to go in May, and but they got to continue to improve. They can't sit back on their laurels now and say, okay, we beat the Griffins, who were ranked higher than us. I believe they're 3rd and 5th, Griffins and the Lakers respectively. So they're going to have to continue to work on their game as well.
We mentioned next up for Seton Hill on the road at Georgian Court University. Griffins will look to bounce back. They now sit at 3-1. The Lakers are at 3-0. Next up for Mercyhurst, they will travel for a conference game to play at Wheeling. That's a Wheeling team that is 1-4 on the campaign. That's going to do it here today from Dick's Sporting Goods Field on the campus of Seton Hill University in Greensburg. Once again, your final score in a battle of the top teams in the GMAC, Mercyhurst claims a 17-12 victory over Seton Hill. Reminder, you can check out westmorelandsports.com for all sorts of information, including archived broadcasts. We also had the women's lacrosse game today. That was a victorious one for Seton Hill. You can go check that one out. You can go back to past seasons. You can also read all about Seton Hill and our local high school teams each and every day on westmorelandsports.com. But for now, for my colleague Chris Smith, Sean Myers signing off. Your final score 17-12, Mercyhurst over Seton Hill on the Westmoreland Sports Network.